survived it. What I got this camera.
Let's please stand and do the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome to the Delaware County Commissioners meeting of Monday, December the 7th, 2015. And I would like to have us do a pause, prayer, or whatever you want to.
Moment of silence.
Well, not a moment, but just a
Just a reflection back to think of the people in
Yes.
San Bernardino that
well,
lost their lives in the shooting.
I meant to mention this to us, the guys this morning, but we just need to always reflect on our past, present, and future. So at this time, do whatever your faith allows. Thank you. Okay, could we have roll call, please?
Mr. Henry.
Here.
Mr. King.
Here,
Ms. Reagan.
Present.
Mr. Murphy.
Here.
Okay, and do we have the minutes of the 16th?
make a motion to approve minutes for November 16th, 2015's meeting.
I'll second.
And since I did not read them, I will not vote on them.
You read them.
I did. Did I correct them?
You changed.
I've slipped since then.
That's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, I did it down at conference.
Well, it was kind of different because there was that extra week.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. So roll call, please.
Mr. King.
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes.
Ms. Reagan.
Yes. Okay, now we have a presentation to the commissioners by Mr. Craig.
Do you want to read the proclamation, Sherry?
Would you go ahead, please?
Sure. State of Indiana Proclamation, County of Delaware, to all of whom these presents may come greetings. Whereas Friday, December the 11th marks the 199th anniversary of the day President James Madison signed the act admitting Indiana as the 19th state of the Union. And whereas the history of our state, our county, our town, and its people is valuable to our shared experience, and we recognize and celebrate the growth and greatness of our state and the limitless potential inherent to its future. And whereas on this occasion of Indiana's 199th birthday, we celebrate the beginning of the bicentennial festivities in Indiana, celebrating our history and igniting the future for coming generations of Indiana citizens. And whereas our community plans to honor this singular time in Indiana history by honoring our past, setting the course for our future, and preparing a path for our youth, and raises a flag for the bicentennial year to remind all who visit our fair county of our part in this special year. Now therefore, the Delaware County Board of Commissioners do hereby proclaim December 11th, 2015 as Indiana Statehood Day and the official kickoff of the bicentennial. And we invite all citizens to duly note this occasion and celebrate the upcoming year in testimony whereof we hereto set our hand and cause to be affixed the official seal of office, proclaimed at Delaware County, Indiana, the 7th day of December 2015. And I've laid out the 200th year celebration flag.
I heard I believe you received those at the auditor school.
We got that at the auditor school, and I believe on Friday, Mr. Henry has made arrangements for our veterans to raise our flags. And then the Wapahani Band will be joining us at 9:30, and they're going to play, and they'll play the national anthem.
Well, how
right
great.
with
I had
yours.
not heard that.
Yeah,
That's
while they're
wonderful.
doing
Thank you,
that.
Mr. Henry, for
Yeah,
taking care of
we'll
that.
also have the Delaware County Honor Guard here, and I think Nate has, there's going to be some veterans here.
Good.
So the band will be here at 9:30, and it should be done by 10.
So it just goes below the state flag, is that?
Yes, I talked with Mr. Walker, and he's going to put on 2 more grommets. Yeah, I'm gonna give him the flag when we get done today.
Very good. Well, I hope some people will attend that. And, you know, while we're talking about the bicentennial, they have extended the deadline of the torch relay to January, end of January. And someone did call me the other day, and we do have applications over here in our office. And it is actually not a running relay per se. So anybody, we hope to have different vehicles, tractors, horse and ponies, wheelchairs, anything kind of a transportation that a person would need. They do not have to be a runner to carry the torch. They've come up with a design that is going to be light for a child to carry, and if it's on a transportation, and even in case of rain, the relay will be run next September through Delaware County. I believe it's September 27th. So I do want to stress that anybody can be nominated, and they do not have to actually run. And there's 24 openings, and it is something that we're going to keep the nominations. A committee that's, I don't even know who's on the committee, will be selecting the individuals. So, thank you, Steve and Mr. Henry,
I
for
think,
taking care of that.
just so everybody knows, we will raise the flag, I believe, at 10 o'clock. Well,
10
Connie's
o'clock.
going to get here at 9:30 and get all set up.
Okay,
So at 10 a.m., we'll raise the flags.
thank you.
Yeah, motion to accept the proclamation.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Henry,
Yes.
Mr. King.
Yes.
Ms. Reagan.
Yes, thanks again. Okay, now we have a contract for a mutual aid agreement for the Indiana Public Health Program.
Jamie here.
Sherry, will you speak
I don't
louder?
see Jamie. I will table that. Okay. Now we have an ordinance for the first reading.
Do you want to table it, or
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll make a motion.
did you read it?
You want to read it?
No, have you read it?
No, I came in Friday, yes, I read it. He's usually here, it maybe just run a little
Steve, did
late.
you look at this?
I did. It's pretty harmless. It's really just a mutual aid agreement, sort of like an interlocal agreement among the health departments where they're going to cooperate with each other. There's no expenses unless there are some provisions for reimbursement, but other than that, it's pretty harmless.
Yeah.
Have we had one of these before?
I think this is,
Yes.
I think we have.
It's been a long time.
Yes.
I'll make a motion, we accept the mutual aid agreement.
I'll second.
Okay, thank you. Roll call?
Mr. King.
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes.
Ms. Reagan.
Yes. Okay, thank you. Okay, now the ordinances, 2015-026 will be the one we'll be discussing today.
Oh, 26.
This will be the ordinance to rescind 2009-011, correct? Yes.
Yes, you're correct.
I'd like to make a motion to introduce ordinance number 2015-026. What this ordinance is there was an ordinance in '09 that was established where county employees could have donations to a political party taken out of their paychecks. To me, I believe that I can understand doing it to a charitable, but to a political party, I can't see that happening. I believe if somebody wants to donate money to a political party, they can go and do that on their own instead of having it taken directly out of their checks. Because to me, I would look at this like, you know, if you come up here and get a job, your job could depend on, are you going to give this percentage to your party or not? And that's something I just don't believe in.
I don't
really want to be a part of.
I don't believe in it either, and I make a motion, or I'll second your motion.
Introduce.
Introduce. Roll call.
Mr. Henry.
Yes.
Mr. King.
Yes.
Ms. Reagan.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys would like to suspend the rules and just do this all
Well,
today, or
what-
if you would like to wait.
I'd like to discuss is any nonprofit. I would think we would have a limit on how many. Because I would think, I don't know, Steve, could that get out of hand in
Well,
your
it-
office?
It always has the capacity to get out of hand,
Well, I'm
but I don't
thinking-
think it has in the past, and I think people are not going to use this method to make charitable contributions. But it's there for them if they want to do it. We can handle that with something later.
Well, a lot of people do payroll deductions to their churches. And I don't know if that's a problem having 15, 20 churches or,
Never heard of that.
No.
I
I
would-
always give mine, I mean, I write checks to my church.
well, I know that.
I write checks to different organizations that I give to every year. I don't have it deducted out.
Okay.
A lot of times I just write a check for a full amount, give it to them.
I agree. I think if you want to make a donation to a charitable cause or any cause, you can do that yourself and not have,
So the only deductions we would allow would be the
Like to the Better Way.
Well, I'm
United Way,
saying-
things like that.
payroll deductions would be like the dues to the unions and the garnishments.
Well, you've got a savings account.
Mhm.
No, those are direct deposits.
Direct deposit.
Yeah.
Do you know how many right now?
I can get a list for us. I'm not for sure how many they have.
Of course, I'd like to, now that the employees got a raise, try to get some United Way funds.
I'll make a motion to suspend the rules.
I'll second it.
Roll call.
Mr. King?
Yes.
Mr. Henry?
Yes.
Ms. Reagan?
Yes. Okay.
Motion to adopt 2015-26.
I'll second it.
And that's wrong number, isn't
026?
026.
it? Isn't it 2009011?
That's the one we're
That's-
rescinding.
Yeah, that's one.
We're trying to pass 26, which rescinds the 09
okay.
Yep.
ordinance.
Roll call.
Who made the motion?
Shannon,
Shannon.
I second it.
Mr. Henry?
Yes.
Mr. King?
Yes.
Ms. Reagan?
Yes. Okay, thank you. Now, resolutions. Do we have one resolution? Oh, we have two. Resolution 2015-037 to assign tax certificates of sale held in the name of Delaware County to the town of Albany. And Mr. Brooks here representing Albany. Welcome, Mr. Brooks.
Morning, Commissioners. I'm John Brook. I'm here on behalf of the town of Albany, requesting that 2 tax sale certificates for a property on North Manor and 440 North Manor be transferred to the town of Albany. These went through the tax sale. They didn't sell. They will be held by the county. The town of Albany has determined that these are potential prime sites for a new water tower, and that they believe that they need these 2 particular parcels, and the certificate numbers are in the resolution itself for the betterment of the town. The town will act at its regular meeting next Monday, because they meet on the 2nd and 4th Monday of the month, to accept the transfer from Delaware County. So at this time, we're requesting the commissioners to adopt a resolution to grant to the town of Albany these 2 parcels on North Manor.
John, about how many acres are you talking about?
They're not, I don't know if there's even an acre there, is there? It's just two platted lots.
Does it join some of your land that you already own?
No, it doesn't.
No, it does not.
Okay. Very good.
I'll make a motion to adopt resolution number 2015-037.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. King?
Yes.
Mr. Henry?
Yes.
Ms. Reagan?
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you. And we'll get the resolution from the town up to the commissioner's office after the next meeting.
Thank you.
Thanks, John. Okay, now the resolution number 2015-038 to accept tax sale certificates from Delaware
We
County.
don't do that.
Is that the same or?
We don't do that. That shouldn't have even been on.
It shouldn't have been on
No,
here?
no, Albany does that, we don't have anything to do with that. So that shouldn't have been
Yeah,
on
because they're
here.
accepting it from us.
Huh?
Because they're
Yeah,
accepting it from us.
Exactly, yeah, so that shouldn't have been on there.
So we don't need that.
No.
Which one?
That last one.
That
that
second
380.
one too, that you
Okay.
to accept them.
Remove
Now
Take
that,
that number away.
yeah, that should have
Take
never
that
been on
number
here,
away.
that's
Okay.
Albany puts that one on.
Okay.
Not yours, I'm sorry.
Now we're moving down to the department heads and elected officials. Mr. Rogers is here.
Good morning, Commissioner. Jason Rogers, Director of Emergency Management. I bring before you the month-end write-offs for October and November for EMS. I'll just read them both to you, then you can vote on which to choose. Total account write-off ending 10/31/15 is $419,261.13. And total month-end write-offs for 11/30/15 is $342,451.20.
Motion to approve right off.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Henry.
Yes.
Mr. King.
Yes.
Ms. Reagan.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you. Okay, any other?
We've got the 2016
Yes, I
Commissioners
was
meeting
getting ready to go
schedule.
down there. The
Oh, yeah.
commissioners meeting schedule and we've kind of discussed that we will not be meeting January 1st since Mr. Henry is here. And so I suppose on our our next meeting, we will be having most of our appointments and board appointments and election of our officers.
Or you can do it January the 4th, either
Yeah,
one.
either one.
Yeah.
Or just wait.
Yeah. I make a motion that we accept the commissioner meeting for
I'll second.
2016.
Roll call.
Mr. King.
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes.
Ms. Reagan.
Yes. Okay, thank you. Our monthly, weekly reports, weights and measures.
This is a real nice one.
Mhm.
This is that one, so you're going to sign too by you guys if you would.
Okay. Payment of claims,
It can be for me.
$2,723,090.80.
Make a motion of payment of claims.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Mr. King.
Yes.
Mr. Henry.
Yes.
Ms. Reagan.
Yes. Thank you. Now the public's time to speak. Anybody would like to do so?
Bob Schroyer, 7110 East Centennial, Muncie. Whenever I find that there's a commissioner that's running for office, I generally try to visit with them personally. And one of my first questions is always, are you prepared to spend $1 million every 2 weeks? And they looked at me like deer in the headlights. And then they happened to realize what I did say and said, well, it does take about that much money to take and do that office. And I realize this is the time of year that a lot of bills come due and you're starting a lot of new projects and expenses do come up, but we've gotten closer to $2 million every 2 weeks. Now, last meeting, you only had 1.4 million, but the 4 meetings before that, I think it was in excess of $2 million per 2 weeks. So I'm hoping that after the first of the year, we can get down to that $1 million again. Secondly, please correct me if I'm wrong, but understand that there is a employee check-in type of situation where it's the time clock for the people in the highway department and the jail, but not the county building. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Well, it's been known for many, many years that if you come to the county building to conduct any business with any office, you've got to come in the morning. Because come afternoon, you come into the office regardless which it is, and they'll say, oh, well, that person, they're gone. And somehow or another, the employees slip away during the afternoon hours. I've encountered that several times over the years. I would like to see all employees treated the same, and all employees have to take and go through the time clock, and then their advisor, if they want them to leave, they've got to write up a form of some sort to let them go. But I'd like to see the county building run as the same as the highway department and the jail.
Right, if you go back to when I was on the county council, I think it was 11 or 12, I actually brought in a company that was talking about putting time clocks in, also in this building here, and I thought I was going to be hung out front when I suggested that, honestly. You know, I'm not around wanting to beat around the bush about anything, but you know, I sort of agree with you on that, and I don't know if this is something that we're checking on to do in the future. I believe it was with EMS and a highway and and I believe the jail. I think that was where they were starting off first.
911.
In 911, and then we were going to be looking, if I'm right, into where they log in on the computer, Steve, when they come in.
Well, those entities actually clock in and out now. And the majority of their clocks, their maintenance and things have expired. So while we're upgrading the payroll system, we were going to upgrade the time clock system so it integrates with the payroll system.
Yeah.
And so that's why we started, those entities are actually paid overtime. This building here is not paid overtime, but they take comp time. So actually the ones who clock in and out now are the ones that we are doing first because they're already clocking in and out.
But with this time management system that we're getting, it'll make it easier for the elected officials in this building to keep track of time.
Yeah.
And the State Board of Accounts too have requested that we improve some things around here. So we are working on that, Mr. Schwer, but we do appreciate you
I'm
bringing
sure
it
you
up.
were, but I just
Yeah.
like to grease the wheel a little bit.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And Steve, how soon do you think we're going to be on that new system?
February 4th.
February 4th. Training's coming up too. Okay, anybody else?
Make a motion to recess.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Mr. Henry.
Yes.
Mr. King.
Yes.
Ms. Riggin.
Yes. Thank you.